Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today we've got some very sad news for you guys, especially if you're fans of the show from Netflix, The Midnight Gospel. It is not coming back for a season 2. It was a one and done, just one season and it's gone. And, this is to be expected. Netflix has been in a very, very bad place. I've only shown, in the last month, I think I must have shown at least over 10 times Netflix's stock. If you guys don't know, just a couple months ago, Netflix was over $600 for their stock. Now it has dropped down under 200, and it did go back up a little bit. It jumped up $10 when Stranger Things, the first half of Stranger Things season 4 came out. But, one show isn't going to save the entire platform, especially when they lost subscribers in their last quarterly report. People are tuning out of Netflix. And on top of that, in certain countries, I've been hearing like that Netflix has been trying to get people off password sharing. They're going to start charging or, trying to make people pay or lock them out of their accounts maybe even. Just so that they aren't sharing their accounts between family members. They want people to start paying for that, which that's not going to fly. In certain countries, right, like you might be a very low income family, right? And it's like you can't afford multiple Netflix subscriptions. Here in Canada, I mean, the economy is getting really bad up here, man. It's getting bad everywhere, I should say, but like, man, the price of gas is getting crazy. I know in America it's even worse over there, but the gas right now. And in some places like Lebanon, you can't even you have to stand in line for hours. And Saudi Arabia? Or what was the other place where the gas was, there's like a crisis? Sri Lanka. Yeah, it's getting really, really bad in Sri Lanka, also on top of Lebanon. And it's getting crazy out there in the world. And people just can't afford to pay for Netflix. So I can understand why people are canceling it. Netflix in their quarterly report, they try to blame it on password sharing and also Russians. Now, that is fair. That is, I mean, yeah, sure. That region of the world, they're in war right now, and of course they're going to see the loss of a subscription. Or did Netflix pull out of Russia? Maybe they pulled out. I know a lot of Western companies straight up pulled right out of Russia because of the ongoing war. So I can't remember if they actually pulled out or if maybe a bunch of people in Russia are like, we're not supporting the West anymore, and they just outright canceled. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. But, one way or another, Netflix is cutting costs, and it's sad because you guys know, I love this is a cartoon news channel. It's a cartoon news channel. You guys know that I love me some animation, and, what can you do? Animation is very expensive. When push comes to shove, what do you think's first on the chopping block? Animation. And it's really sad too, because I remember when COVID first started, all these people in the industry were like, because they had to work from home, and you can't talk to there was social distancing and the actors couldn't get onto the sets and things. People were like, oh my God, animation is the future of entertainment. I was so excited. I'm like, that's probably not something to be so excited about. We were locked down. It's not fun to be locked down and to have to social distance and all that. But like, I just love animation so much. When people started saying like, everybody can work from home and we're going to get more animation than ever before, I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then it all just kind of, we're here. We're at the crashing point. Maybe they went a little bit too wild with the animation, and Netflix acts like dozens of shows. Some of them were really garbage, though. Like, let's be real. What was that show about the like unracist baby or whatever the hell? What was it? Anti-racist baby. Thank God that got canceled. That's like who would even watch this garbage? Who would watch that? I don't know. Like, you'd have to be the most left-wing like lunatic to want to watch a show like that. I'm just so glad that that got canceled. But we're seeing that, like, even though some of this very left wing like nonsense has been getting canceled, Netflix still doesn't come out and like. Why don't they just come out and apologize for Cuties, remove it from the platform, and say, like, guys, we're not going to be political anymore. We're not going to do it anymore. We're going to go back and focus how things were in the 90s and the early 2000s, where it's like, we don't care about the messaging. We just want to bring you great shows. Like, when I was a kid growing up, I saw things, even the early 2000s or later 2000s, I would watch, you guys know one of my favorites is Ben 10. Right? Ben 10 is just such a great show. And I don't remember like any woke messaging in there. Like or maybe it was there. I don't remember it though. But a lot of these shows like Powerpuff. Okay, now hold on a second. Powerpuff Girls had a couple of episodes that touched on some political issues here and there. There was that like one like feminist episode where that blonde hair, I can't remember the name of the girl. The Femme Fatale, was that her name or something like that? There was definitely some cartoons that had a couple political episodes here and there, but like it wasn't in your face like this shit. Like literally just the title of this is fucking in your face. Like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm glad they're at least chopping some of the dead weight here, like this garbage. And going back to the Midnight Gospel, I actually did watch the first episode of this show. And the reason I gave this one a chance and I watched one episode, a lot of times I skip series, but as soon as I saw Pendleton Ward's name attached to it, he was involved in Adventure Time for many seasons. And I had to, I'm like, you know what? He did such a great job with Adventure Time that I wanted to give this show a chance. And I watched the one episode. I found it to be very, trippy. The animation was very janky, is how I would say that. I just found it really bizarre to watch. And, there's something about me personally that, like, I've mentioned it a couple times. I get seasick. I know you guys are going to find that baffling, but, like, it's true. It's true. I actually get hold on a second. My light here. Let me just fix my lighting for a second. But I'll tell you guys, when I watch certain shows like what was it? The Adventures of Tintin and Miles Into the Spider-Verse, right? Those two movies had very bizarre animation styles, okay? And for whatever reason, when I watch The Adventures of Tintin and Into the Spider-Verse, I get so seasick that I can't continue watching it. While I was watching this show, I don't know if it's the color scheme. Something about the color scheme makes me sick. I don't know what it is. If you guys get seasick during these shows, let me know. And I'm not the only one, because I looked it up online and people said that they also got seasick when they watched Tintin and Into the Spider-Verse. So maybe there's something like there, like for certain people, like they can't process the colors and it makes me feel like ill. I don't know. I don't know what it was about this show, but I had to shut it off. Like I just couldn't fit. Like I finished the first episode and I was like, I cannot watch another one of these because it was making me sick. But I still feel for you guys. This is a show that got canceled. A lot of people liked it. It seems to be a cult classic here. And, what can you do? It got canceled. Netflix is awful. Netflix has basically reached the peak subscribers that they're ever going to get. Like, I don't know how Netflix can ever think that they're going to grow and grow. We're reaching how many possible people are there left in the world that don't have Netflix at this point? You know what I mean? They're just going to get churned from now on, it feels like. Unless the war in Russia ends immediately and then they go back into Russia, then they would have a small spike. But how long is that going to last for? We're basically in a world level recession here, and people just don't. Who has money for Netflix now? You know what I mean? It's like people are going to put food on the table, not spend time on Netflix. We're still okay here in North America, but it is getting bad. It's getting bad. The price of food is getting crazy. Everything's getting crazy. God damn it. nobody has time for Netflix anymore, or nobody can pay the cost of Netflix or other streaming services. Or if they do, they're going to consolidate, right? A lot of people, they've been doing the strategy where they just buy Netflix for 1 month instead of reoccurring subscribing the whole year. They just buy it for 1 month, and they're like, I'm going to binge watch every episode of Stranger Things and shut it down and cancel my subscription. And you know what Netflix started to do? Even the Cuphead show, they did this to the Cuphead show. They're taking shows, they're splitting them into half and half. They also did this on Inside Job, Alex Hirsch. He created the show Inside Job. He was previously the creator of Gravity Falls, okay? And they just took his show. It was ordered 20 seasons. 20 seasons. No. It was ordered to have 20 episodes. They released 10 of them, and 10 of them mysteriously vanished for a while. And only now are we going to get them in the coming months. And we're seeing, like I said, 3 different shows: Cuphead, Inside Job, and Stranger Things. They're basically trying to outsmart and outplay their own audience by chopping the amount of, like just only giving us samples. It's like, here's the first bit of it, and now you have to subscribe next month, otherwise you won't get it. So people are getting, I feel like that's going to make people mad. Like, it's very smart from a business standpoint, but it's going to make people mad, I feel like. And on top of them trying to crack down on password sharing, it's just, it's not a good day for Netflix fans. What can I say? But yeah, I think I want to read just a bit here because there's some cool information. And again, it's tragic whenever a show gets canceled. I feel for all you guys who lost your favorite show here. And the only show I think I would celebrate, well, I actually kind of was happy that Arthur ended. It was getting very woke, and they started pushing a lot of shit messages in there. And another show I really just want to see canceled, Teen Titans Go. God damn. They go and here I am trying to get the show canceled, and they fucking get a spinoff. There's actually going to be a spinoff show called The Night Begins to Shine, which they actually did specials of that in the Teen Titans Go. It was like the only episodes that people found enjoyable from Teen Titans Go. The Night Begins to Shine, and they are making a spinoff of that. But like, man, I still just really don't like Teen Titans Go. I wish the original would come back, please. But they just won't do it. HBO Max won't do it. Maybe if like Young Justice starts doing like way better numbers, they're going to be like, okay, it's time to bring back Teen Titans. But like, I don't know. Injustice has been very good. Maybe I'll do a video about that once the season ends. This was one of the best seasons we've seen in a long time. Season 3 is just dog shit. But I have a lot of opinions, as you guys could see. Let's read a little bit here. So we are on animationmagazine.net. And who wrote the article? Oh, I guess usually it says who wrote the article, but I guess they didn't feel like it. Pendleton Ward and Duncan Trussell's canned-colored interdimensional existentialist trip has come to an end. Netflix has canceled adult animated series The Midnight Gospel, despite a largely positive critical and audience response. The news was shared on Twitter. Why do they do that? Why doesn't Netflix have their own like web? I really don't like how they do this. I kind of wish that like Netflix would come out with their own website. Disney Plus too. Like, why can't they make their own website and announce to people like when the shows are ending? It really sucks that sometimes people literally find out they no longer have a job by going on Twitter. It's ridiculous. Like, it's silly. I really want them to stop doing this. I think they need to like tell people internally. I don't think that happened during this situation here, but it has happened many times before. I really want them, all of these streaming services, go on your, make your website and have a section where it says like upcoming shows, canceled shows, or you know what I mean? Like, just do it like that, where it's like people can see if it's not doing so well, it might get canceled. Like, give us an indicator on like how these shows are doing or when they're about to get canceled. Don't do this shit on Twitter. I'm sick of this. The news was shared on Twitter that it's canceled. Trussell, a comedian, writer, and actor, the Duncan Trussell Family Hour, who teamed up with Adventure Time's Maverick Ward to create the series. A fan asked, are there plans to do any more episodes of Midnight Gospel? I would love to see more. He answered, the Midnight Gospel was canceled by Netflix. And you see what I'm saying? Why not make a they have a website. Like, why not just take your website and put a list of every series that is finished, every series that is concluded. We don't need to make more episodes. Show all of the ongoing series and then show the canceled series, or maybe even show the series that are in danger of being canceled. And that would give us it would give fans, because maybe if fans had seen that this show was in danger, they could have said, guys, we got to come together and, make our voice heard. Tell Netflix, yell, scream at Netflix that we want more The Midnight Gospel. But we get these they're not very transparent. It's all in the shadows, and they just cancel it. And you find out like this sometimes, your favorite show. I would love to see more, says a fan, and, hey, it's actually gone. He answered, the Midnight Gospel was canceled by Netflix. Trussell added in the thread, in my mind, there's one more season, but the sentient glass deciding cube they keep in their catacombs vibrated now more. And it's hard to argue with the cube. I think he meant no more. Yeah, I probably meant no more. P.S. I'm so lucky that the folks at Netflix rolled the dice and let us make such a strange show. Yeah, it was a very strange show. Like I said, I only saw the first episode. It wasn't my cup of tea. That's all I'm going to say. Different strokes for different folks. This was just not my type of show. I know some of you guys really like it, though, so I feel for you, like I said. The Midnight Gospel joins several other quirky, creator-driven Netflix animation products, either not returning or shut down in development, including Senator World. That show actually looked pretty solid. I haven't seen it, but I saw images of it. Maybe it wasn't doing good numbers if it's already got canceled, but yeah. Ava DuVernay's Wings of Fire adaptation, Jeff King's Dino Daycare, and some other ones here, Boons and Curses. The streamer has enacted a flurry of cost-cutting measures, including layoffs across the animation division, and the company as a whole reporting the loss of 200,000 subscribers. That's crazy. In the first quarter, and an anticipated loss of 2 million more. Yowzas. But like I said, when it was announced how popular Stranger Things season 4 was, they actually got a spike of $10. So, and they split it in half. So there's another half of Stranger Things coming. Who knows? But that could boost them up for a little bit. But long term, I don't see, one show isn't going to save you. You need multiple big hitters, one after the other. And I'm not seeing it. Right now, the most interesting streaming service for me is HBO Max. They just have such a... maybe it's because I like adult cartoons and they seem to be focusing on a lot of adult stuff. I'm just the most interested right now in HBO Max. They just have all my favorite stuff. If they were... The chance of Ben 10 coming back, if it's going to be on any platform, obviously Cartoon Network and HBO Max are hand in hand. So that's where it would go. So, I just, maybe it's because I grew up with Cartoon Network as a kid. I grew up with all of them, but I always watched more Cartoon Network. You know what I mean? Nickelodeon was great. Disney was great. The Disney Channel, which I believe is shut down in a lot of places. Disney XD. Those were great. They were great channels, but Cartoon Network, man, that's where it was. Codename Kids Next Door, Courage, you got Powerpuff Girls, Ben 10, Johnny Bravo. There's so many. There's too many, in fact. Cartoon Network just had all the bangers, man. And then, even Adventure Time. I almost, missed Adventure Time, and that was a, straight shot here, considering Pendleton Ward was involved. So many great shows, just so many great ones. And I think HBO Max is the best deal right now. What can I say? Am I wrong? Let me know. Maybe you guys say secretly, I don't know, Apple TV Plus is the best streaming service. Let me know. I am a diehard HBO Maxer. Okay. So let me know if I'm wrong. Am I in the wrong here? Are you like a diehard Netflixer? You gotta let me know. And yeah, let's just finish up here. So 2 million more fueling Netflix's first major stock price drop in a decade. And boy, was it literally 33% of your stock deleted. And I feel bad for the people who, invested in that. If you bought one Netflix stock at $600 a couple months ago, you are down to 200. And just imagine somebody who bought 10,000 of that stock, or something like a bit. Well, if you're buying that much, you're probably a big business, and I don't feel as bad, but people definitely got hurt. People got hurt. Probably not as bad as that crypto Terra Luna, where their dollars became worthless in a matter of minutes. But people definitely got hurt over this one for sure. So yeah, the 8-episode series premiered on April 20th, 2020. 420. Hey, look at that. They put a trippy cartoon out on 420. And it basically just describes the show from here on out. And here's the trailer. Maybe you guys have never seen this show. Okay, I'm not going to do it, but it is a trippy damn show. I mean, that image just says it all right there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. I think I went over this enough. So again, I'm really sad to say it, but yes, the show has been canceled, and hopefully you guys can move on to another show that to fill the void. So that's gonna be it. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Let me know all your comments. You got to let me know, what is the number one streaming service in your opinion? I got to know. Give me the answer in the comments down below. And like I said, I think I'm one subscriber away from 1,150 if you guys wanted to. Let me just see here. Analytics. Yeah, I am one subscriber. If you guys want to be that last one, go ahead and be my guest. And why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro so I can make some more money? Look at that money. That's great money. Let's make some more money, boys. The end. Bye-bye. Have a great day.